Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the GXSimmer. We are on chapter 14 of Nina and Amanda. And if you like today's content, please like, share, subscribe, click the notifications bell so you always know when we're coming out with new content. Let's talk about chapter 14 of Nina and Amanda. So as we last left off, Amanda and Tony tied the knot. Nina was going through severe anxiety over having Tony and Amanda get married. And in the process of trying to deal with all of these feelings that she has, she's decided to finally go and get some professional help and try to get her head right. In the meantime, Tony and Amanda have bought the house in San Sequoia. It is absolutely fantastic. They absolutely love it. And a couple of months after they were married, they started planning for a family. But things didn't go the way that they wanted to. And unfortunately, it's been very stressful on the two of them trying to have a baby, but through it all, he has been by her side and she has been by his, and they've been really working together to get through this because it's been really difficult for them to, take a pregnancy test, have it come up negative, and then the next month take another pregnancy test and have it come up negative, and it just has been very, very trying. So to help Amanda through this, Tony decided to surprise her by adopting this little puppy from the local shelter, and they named her Floof. And it has lifted Amanda's spirits a lot because she loves dogs, and he loves dogs too. And now they have a house and they can have a dog. So they decided, yeah, you know what, let's get a dog. But for over a year, it had been basically one disappointment after another. Even though the year started off amazing with moving into the new house and getting it all together and everything seemed to be going well, when they actually started trying for a baby, every time she would take the test, it would come up negative, and it was heartbreaking after a while. So after a long time of trying to have a baby, she decided maybe she needs some professional advice on the subject. So when she walked into the clinic, they ran their preliminary tests. She complained, saying it was a complete waste of time. She was coming to find out why she wasn't pregnant, not if. Dumbasses. Shortly after, she was asked to take a seat in the doctor's office. She had a feeling this was going to be another waste of her time, too, so they could just pad the bill. When her doctor came into the office, she took a seat and said to her, "Mrs. Campos, we'll see you now." Amanda rolled her eyes and walked into the office. The doctor shut the door behind her and said, "Please, have a seat." "Mrs. Campos, I don't think you should be worried about not being able to conceive." Amanda looked at her with a glare. "Why would you say that? Why all the damn tests? What in the hell are you..." "Because you're pregnant," the doctor finished with a smirk. "I'm what?" Amanda asked, leaning forward. "You're pregnant, Mrs. Campos. From the information you supplied, we estimate 6 to 8 weeks at this point." "I'm pregnant?" Amanda asked. "My husband and I, we've been trying, but we haven't been able to. I was coming to check why, and, well, whatever happened between now and then worked. You're pregnant. Maybe you should have run a test last time. You would have found out that way, too. I'm going to start you on a regimen of prenatal vitamins, and we'll begin your routine exam soon." Okay," Amanda said. "In the meantime, I'm sure you'll want to let your husband know." "Oh, yeah, I'll do that," Amanda said with a nervous laugh. "Huh, I'm really pregnant?" "Yes," the doctor said. "You're really pregnant. Have a nice day, and we'll see you soon. Just set up your next appointment at the desk on the way out." Amanda nodded and did as the doctor instructed. Tony would have left for work by now. She had to tell somebody. Leah and Jada were both working today. She got in her car and headed off to her parents' house. As she arrived at her parents' home, she came to the door calling out, "Mom? Dad? Hey, Mom? Grandma? Come quick! I've got something to tell you!" Olive heard her and came downstairs, with her grandma Alexa following behind her. "What in the world are you hollering about?" she asked with annoyance. "Mom! Grandma! I have amazing news!" Can we sit down at the table? Olive and Alexa followed her to the dining room table, clearly annoyed by her theatrics. Okay, Amanda, what is it? Olive asked. Tony and I are pregnant, Amanda said happily. Olive's face beamed with happiness as she reached over and hugged her daughter. Honey, that's fantastic. Oh, my sweetheart, Alexa said happily, walking over to her. I'm so happy for you. Another great grandchild for me. Oh, I'm so happy. Keep it secret for now, Amanda said. I'm telling Tony tonight when he gets home from work. After tomorrow morning, we can tell everyone. Well, must be in the family lately, Olive says. What do you mean? Amanda asked. Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything, but Jada called me yesterday and she told me she's pregnant too. What? Amanda asked. Yeah, and I don't know if there's something in the water in San Sequoia, but then Leah called me this morning and Leah told me that she's 2 months pregnant with twins. But again, she asked me not to say anything. You're kidding, Amanda asked with a laugh. Oh my God, we're going to have a baby batch. And she's not the only one, Robbie's wife, Christina, said as she came into the room. I am too. Isn't it amazing, Amanda? I found out last week. All of our kids will be so close in age. They'll all grow up together. How many weeks are you? 10 or 12 weeks right now. I have to check. I mean, at first I thought it was just too early since we just got married a few months ago, but Robbie was so happy. I'm about 7 to 8 weeks right now, Amanda said. But again, keep this under wraps until tomorrow morning. Then you can tell everybody. I'm telling Tony when he gets home from work. Isn't it wonderful? Our kids will all be the same age, Christina exclaimed. We can do play dates and, it's going to be wonderful. I know your brother is going to be thrilled for you. Can I tell him tonight, please? I'll make him swear not to tell a soul after lunch tomorrow. By the way, where are Dad and Robbie? The clinic. They're working today. Robbie is doing a major surgery. He's really excited about it. Amanda nodded. Okay. And yeah, you can tell them both. Just ask them to keep it under wraps until tomorrow after lunch. But the only thing that concerns me is when the baby is born, Mom, I'll be 42. I mean, that's kind of old to be a mom, isn't it? Olive said with a snicker. Nonsense. I had your brother Robbie when I was 42. You're going to be fine. And this is kind of funny. All of my children are all having babies at the same time. I mean, that just does not happen. Amanda and Christina laughed at the statement, too, and Amanda couldn't wait to tell Tony. Later, when she returned back home and Tony returned home from work, he noticed as the table was set nicely with candles, placemat, and the nice dinnerware and glassware that they had bought. A bottle of wine sat on the table. What's all of this? He asked as he came into the house. She was dressed in her sweats and walked up to him, wrapping her arms around his neck, giving him a big kiss on his lips. She then smiled at him and whispered, It's because I love you. Sit down. I'll get your dinner ready. Or do you want to shower first? Well, I am starved, and that smells amazing. Hey, is that black bean chili? Very perceptive, Amanda says. Chili. I knew it. I was hoping you would make that tonight. But, what's with the fancy stuff here? You usually don't do this unless you got something important you want to tell me. What's gone into you, huh? Yeah, you're up to something, he said as he began to eat. That's so good. Black bean chili. I was hoping you'd make this today. Well, delicious. And you put the cilantro on it, too. Oh, so good. I gotta tell you, it was a hell of a day behind the bar today. Well, I wanted to make it for you because we've had so many happy memories whenever we've eaten chili. You know something? You're right, we have, Tony said with a grin as he ate. But then his attention turned to her. Wait a second. So tell me, what's going on? I'll let you finish your dinner first, she said as she grinned at him while he ate, but it made him even more suspicious. When he was done sipping his wine, she asked, Do you want any more? No, I want to know what's going on. There's something going on and you're not telling me what it is. So go on, spill it. What? Did you crash the car? Did Flu eat something on mine? And what is wrong with Flu scratching herself all the time? She doesn't have fleas. What is that, allergies or something? She took his hand and looked into his eyes and said in a soft voice, Tony, my love, we're pregnant. He all but dropped the wine as he put it down and grabbed her hand with wide eyes and a smile. Really? We did it? She nodded. Yeah. I went to the doctor today to find out what's wrong. Turns out I'm pregnant. They told me nothing is wrong. They said I'm 7 to 8 weeks right now. We're going to have a little baby? Amanda nodded and said, yeah, we are. You're going to have my baby? He asked with tears in his eyes. She nodded again as she felt her tears started to well up in her eyes. Yes, I am. Tony couldn't believe it. He breathed out happily and reached over, embracing her. Oh, Amanda, I love you so much, honey. I do too, she whispered as she touched his face and kissed him gently. He sat back down and moved his chair closer. Hey, there's something I need to ask, he said as he gave her a short chuckle. This is really important to me, okay? If we have a little girl, I would like her to have my mom's name. I want to call her Zoe Gamela. Amanda smiled at him and whispered, I think it's a beautiful name, and I love it. And if it's a boy, can we name him after me? Absolutely, she said. But I want to give him my birth name, which is Antonio Rafael. Is that okay? It absolutely is, Amanda said. That's where we're leaving off for chapter 14. I apologize if you heard a dog in the background. That was my dog, Max. He's having really bad allergies. He suffers really bad during the summer months. I have him on a Paco. It seems to help a little bit, but he's still scratching a lot. But he did play the role of Floof today. So that worked out. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe, click notifications so you always know when I'm coming out with another episode. I would like to thank you so much for your support. You guys are wonderful. This channel continues to grow. It's all because of you, and believe me, I'm going to remember that. So until next time, this is Jen, the GXSimmer. I'll see you on the next episode of Nina and Amanda, and I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.